me, Renee. I'm back. So usually I talk about books on this channel. It's a bookstore channel, kind of obvious really in a way. I'll sometimes talk about other stuff as well. Today, it's gonna be one of those days. Today I'm gonna talk about movies. Specifically, movies that I really love that I think in some way deserves a sequel. So here they are. And I'm going to talk about, well, yeah, and I also have like two minor stuff at the end I want to talk about, but first I'm going to do this. So, first we have Legally Blonde. I love this movie. The second one, we don't talk about that one, but this one is just so good. I still think still really enjoy this universe, like this, yeah, this setting, this character in the setting, in this universe, the movie setting. So I really think that there could be a good third movie in there, like in this universe. Like it really could be a good movie in there somewhere. I don't really think it's like a drained. I don't really think it's like a drained well. I think it is lots of opportunities to make more movies in this series. Really, at least one more. Yeah, I do know that League Bond 3 actually is on the way. Like Reese Witherspoon herself has said, like there's a script going around. There was a script going around last year from the original people, and then now recently there's been some new script writers. So I suppose this one I kind of know it's probably gonna happen, though. And first for a long time it said like it's coming up 2020. That hasn't happened. But I suppose if it were coming before the end of the year now, we would know something more than just like 2020. I mean, yeah, you can't have a movie that's big coming up this year and it not being a confirmed date or cast or anything really. And I don't know, yeah. So hopefully, though, I suppose also with Corona and stuff, it's kind of interesting. Like it's probably gonna be some while and be a bit unstable. Like how much will be filmed and how stuff gonna be made and all that stuff. Though some stuff have been confirming. But yeah, hopefully it will come in 2021, maybe 2022. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, and I really think a second movie like this in this movie series, a third would be really good. And I don't know, I don't really have that much more to say about it. I just really enjoy it. Uh, though yeah, I suppose maybe we'll start off with a movie series that franchise I already know, like probably the sequel is coming, but I want to just add it in there because I really want it to happen. And sometimes sequels I talk about for a long time and they kind of then confirmed, but then they never happen. They push forward and all that stuff. So I don't know. I just kind of want to give my 2 cents and say like, hey, Hollywood, Reese Witherspoon, please make a good one, please. So yeah, and then we have Spy. It's the movie from 2000 and when is it from? 15. 5 years. 5 years. Time flies. But yeah, it's that spy movie from 2015 with Melissa McCarthy in the main role. And then you have um, Rose Byrne, Bourne, Brine, Rose, Rose, Rose Byrne, yeah. And then Jude Law, and you have Jason Statham. Jason Statham, his role in this one is just so good. But also, yeah, I really like Melissa's role in this one. It's just done so well. I just love it. I love this whole movie. And yeah, it just work as a, like you don't need a movie. It's not like it's on a cliffhanger. But I feel like there's opportunities for sequels. I feel like a sequel to this one, I think, will be very good. Like have it in the same way and have the same characters, just have a new adventure, have new villains. And I think it just could be just done so good. And I don't know, I want more movies in this way, really. Like with this crew and cast, really. I suppose I'm saying in a way, like I really like action comedies with females in the main characters in the main roles. That's true, but again, I really like this in particular. And yeah, I think like not having a sequel to this one, it's kind of a shame. You really should do it. And also, it's really good in a way because this level cast and they're adults, so that it's been 5 years now, it doesn't really matter because they're all adults, so it doesn't really matter their age. Like if you do a sequel to like a teen movie or like a kids movie, you have to think about the actors to the age. But like here, it doesn't really matter the age because they're already adults. And yeah, I love this movie so much. I think it really deserves a sequel. I think a sequel would just be so good. And yeah, let's move on. So then we also have how do I do this? Yeah, let's go there. So this one it's more because first I'm thinking like saying like spiritual sequels because some of them I kind of want sequels to, and some of them kind of feel like more spiritual sequels where it's the same team, but it's a new story, and that's kind of like what I actually want from this one. What's Your Number? It's a rom-com from 2011. 11, yeah, it's been some time now, really. Huh. This is actually one of the. Well, I suppose Lily Blonde is older than this one, but yeah. Um, so it's a rom-com with Anna Faris and Chris Evans, and it's from 2011, as I said, and it's just so good. It's very funny. Often rom-coms are really thought of as funny. I suppose it's kind of weird because it's in the name rom-com, romantic comedies, but they often kind of fell flat in a kind of humor department. But I think the best ones really get the humor as well, and this one really has good humor. And yeah, of course, there's a romance plot there as well. But yeah, the humor in this is just so good, and the main character is just so good. And I just really like this. Uh, I just really like this movie, and I feel like, and yeah, I don't really feel like it needs a sequel directly because like it ends perfectly. They don't really need a sequel. But yeah, please someone give me another rom-com with Chris Evans and Anna Faris. They have such good chemistry. And I think having them together again would just be so good. Maybe you could even like do a rom-com where them like adventure stuff, like maybe like do a thing where they find Atlantis or something like that. That would be so cool. But like, yeah, have them together again, like in the same movie. Why? I'm pretty sure they haven't been together in the same movie for like years. I might be wrong, but I don't think they have. I just love this one so much, and the chemistry between those two is just so good, and it's just a great script and a great movie, and it's so good. And Hollywood, please, I suppose I kind of know why this hasn't been like a made a sequel to or anything like that because I don't really think it ever became like a huge thing, even though like Chris Evans was already a known entity. Though this was early in his rejuvenation. This was early when like this was after the first Captain America, but first but before that, but before the second one. So yeah, but still, I mean, Anna Faris, she still has. I mean, she's played in Friends, she played in Scream. I mean, she was still like a known name, really. So, but this don't get more love. I have no idea. And yeah, this one definitely there definitely should be more really books like movies like this one. Though lately there have been some more rom-coms like on Netflix and stuff, so I suppose maybe this happens. Who knows? Hopefully it is. And then there, and now I'm going to animated movies. So in a way, like it's not really an issue with like growing out of the actors growing out because it's not an issue because animation doesn't really matter if you're looking older. That's really good. And yeah, the next one I'm going with is Basil, the great, I'm just gonna double check. What's the English again? Is the title of it? Yeah, Basil, the Great Detective. It's Disney's version of Sherlock Holmes. Sherlock Holmes actually gets a little cameo in this one, so that's kind of fun, really. But yeah, so this is Basil, the mouse detective. He's great, and he has to like, of course, he has to get the villain stuff, and there's songs in this one, so it's one of those lesser known Disney movies with songs in them, but it's just done so well. And I suppose it doesn't end on a cliffhanger, but it ends like on an invitation to more. And like, of course, since the main like character, main idea behind this is a mystery, you can do lots of more. Like this battle, and then it's his friend Rattigan. No, sorry, his friend. His friend. Oh, what's his friend name again? Yeah. Anyway, it's his friend over here, Basil and Holmes. Dr. Holmes, but maybe it's called Dr. Holmes as well. Probably not. But yeah. So like they could go on more adventures. Of course, you wouldn't have like the same villain again as was current. But, like you wouldn't have exactly the same people again. But like you could have those two solve a new mystery. And I really like this movie so much. And it's just so sad. It's not really well known by Disney fans or like the fans in general or like movies. And it's sad because it's just so good, so good. And yeah, I mean, it's Sherlock Holmes and it's mystery. Why can't you do more of that? Like animated mystery. It's so cool. And of course also like if you do every time you do something animated, you can do like more over the top, more better like Spider-Man into Spider-Universe. That's done so good because it was animated. So doing another mystery with Basil, I think I don't really see a reason why not to. I mean, please, Disney, please. I suppose you probably want to see this or hear this, but please. And yeah, so that's ones I want actually a direct sequel, like a sequel with same people, but not the same exact same people. And then we have, I was about to say the last one, yeah, it's not the last one, it's almost the last one. It is The Road to El Dorado. This is actually my favorite movie of all time. It's just so good. The music, the cast, the characters, the plot. It's just all so well done. The humor, it has humor, it has friendship, it has drama, it has mystery, it has all. It's just so good. And why it's not, I suppose now it's kind of called classic, but when it came out, it wasn't that big. DreamWorks. This is DreamWorks movie. DreamWorks actually, when they made the script for this movie and they planned for this movie, they had planned to make sequels, but then it flopped in the movies, so of course it didn't. So I was like, I want sequels. Though again, this movie, it's not like you need sequels. It doesn't end on cliffhanger. But like you love these characters. At least I love these characters so much. That I feel like I can just watch them just going for grocery shopping. I mean, they're so entertaining and so relatable and just so yeah. And like this is set in the 1400s, around the discovery of New World and all this stuff. So they could probably go around and maybe they could discover Atlantis, they can discover Shangri-La, or they could just simply go to Spain and just have adventures there. I mean, there's so much stuff you could do. There's full of opportunities. I don't know. I kind of had a hope like something would happen. Like I suppose maybe like this year or like yeah, it would kind of be this year because this year is like the 20th anniversary of like when it came out. Nothing happened. Nothing's been announced or anything. Honestly, like even just that interview with like the cast and the crew would just be fun. But like honestly, I really want a sequel to this. Yeah, I don't need a sequel. Like I'm perfectly happy with how it is. But like if tomorrow, if tomorrow DreamWorks said like the road to Atlantis as being this sequel this one was coming in 2023 or 2024, I would jump and dance of joy. It would just be so good, so good. And like still, all of the cast, well, the main cast are still alive, so you don't really need to change any of the main cast. That's anyway sad because some of the cast from this one are dead now. Instead, they're dead now. But still, like with voiceovers, I think you can find new cast that works in the same way and that you don't need exact same cast. You kind of just need the same script and same and the same like the same soul and same emotions. Oh, this one's Kevin Klein still alive, and then you have Kenneth Branagh still alive. Why you want to? And also Kevin Klein, Kenneth Branagh, and then you have Rosie. What's the name of that character? It's annoying. Anyway, one of the characters is Rosie Perez. Still alive, still great. I mean, the cast of this is so great. Why? And also, yes, it's a cult classic now. Sometimes and sometimes cult classics get sequels, so maybe this does get one. Maybe Dreams are thinking like maybe they're just buying them time for making the perfect sequel. Maybe they're planning on making several after each other and just releasing it after each other in movies in movie theaters. That would be cool. But yeah, the road to El Dorado, the road to Atlantis, the road to Shangri-La, the road to Barcelona. I think that would be really cool, don't you? I do. And yeah, so that's the last of like the physical movies that I'm gonna talk about. Though I have one more sequel idea. Well, sequel daydream. So that's what I'd say. I feel like it's been talked about more lately. I don't think it has. Maybe it's just more me. Well, it's been like shared sometimes on media, like on memes and stuff. But yeah, so the Cinderella retelling Ever After with Drew Barrymore. It's from 1997. Yeah. It's live action and it's just done so good. So it's actually Drew Barrymore's own favorite of her own movies, and it's set in France in the 1600s. The godmother is Leonardo da Vinci. So it just has so many great aspects, and it has feminist aspects, and it's just so good. And I don't really think I know anyone who has seen it who doesn't love it. It's just so well loved. And yeah, no, of course, but since it's a fairy tale retelling, it's not the way it ends. It's kind of like with both. So I feel like in a way, making a sequel to it would be bad because then of course, like when we make sequel stuff, you have to think, okay, these characters they need conflict. What we're gonna do to like make them have conflict? Someone's gonna die, someone's gonna be sad, etc., etc. So what I want forever after because what I actually love in a way more like, of course, I love characters and all that stuff. Like, I suppose I love the whole entirety of the role. So, like, I would think like a spiritual sequel in a way that sometimes we have movies that are made up by the same people that are different, but they're like similar in like their soul. It's not completely different. Like you see, it's made of the same people. So I would actually think that. So I have a picture actually. I'm thinking because actually also at the end they said like because there's a narrator and like the narrator said like yeah, and that's my great grandma and she opened the first university in France for females or like I think first university at all. I'm not quite sure, but like let's talk about your university. So I'm thinking have a sequel set maybe 50 or maybe just 20 years after this. I suppose maybe just 20 years. You don't really need to have it long after sometime after this, where the protagonist is a female who goes to university in Paris or in France at this time, and she's one of the only females. So she has to like struggle against being new in like in academia. She has to struggle against being female against prejudice, but like there's people around her who support her. Maybe if she's a lesbian, then there's some lesbian lover. I think that would be cool as well because having lesbians in historical dramas, historical narratives is also it's also important. You don't it's not like lesbians only came poof into existence lately and they've always been there. They just kind of before they've been there more like I suppose in different ways, but they've always been around. So yeah, I would just love that. And like and and also like in a way if like you had a spiritual sequel in this way I'm talking about, you could have Drew Barrymore do a cameo, you could simply do make her produce it and then you can like get lots of people who made the first movie come back write the script and then have like the same setting ish like where it's set in France but it's with lots of new cast but just some cameos here and there. I think that would just be so good. Yeah, I would love that. Please, please. I mean, we have fans like so many another Cinderella story. So have so many retellings, so many sequels that are kind of like, why do you need them? But that you don't make the sequels that we need. Please, Hollywood, please make these sequels I'm talking about. But that I have begged you for. Please, please, please. And then, as I said, and then I'm just going back to normalcy, less finally. But yeah, well, less fangirly. Then I kind of want to do like a small mention of two stuff at the end here that's not sequel talked about, sequel stuff. And that is, oh, you know what? Wait a minute. Doesn't matter. I was about to get a book, but I remembered it's not in this room. So yeah. But anyway, the book adaptation. Well, the book. Words again. The book. Oh, what's it called again? And the book by Ted Kaplan and no, Lisa Kaplan and Ted. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna think about it, and then anyway. So this, yeah. I'm just gonna move on and do other thing first. So in our homes, it's a book that came out years ago. Been turned into Netflix movie. It's Enola Holmes, so it's Sherlock Holmes' sister, little sister. She does the whole shooting thing. Henry Cavill is Sherlock Holmes in this movie. I just saw the trailer. It looks so good. I'm so excited. It just looks so good. Can't wait. Also, please people watch. Use all your eyeballs and watch this movie thousands of times because maybe people will then start to make this into movies. You know, because in this one you have Sherlock Holmes as well in a cameo, but not as a main character. And there's mysteries. I mean, I suppose this one does have as a fantastical element, so that way it's expensive. But like when you have Game of Thrones, you have Wheel of Time, you have so many TV series and movies that are expensive. It's not like you can say, I can't make that, it's expensive. No, you can't say that's not an excuse anymore. It's not, it's absolutely not. But yeah, that movie, it just got a trailer. It's coming to HBO Max this fall. What's it called? Oh, what's it called? Abortion Road Trip? Well, it's not what it's called, but I'm just gonna go check it out because it's so annoying. Let me wait a minute. I'm back. Sorry, I just had to I didn't know the name of that movie. So it's Unpregnant. So the movie is Unpregnant. It's about two girls who go on a road trip. So it's kind of like a road trip fun movie. At the same time, it's this base of like base of seriousness because okay, the protagonist Haley, she needs to get an abortion, but she can't in her own state in the U.S. because legality and her family is conservative Christians, and she doesn't really want to tell people. So she gets a friend that she's estranged from uh, to go with her on a weekend trip to go across like 3 or 4 states to get an abortion. And so there's like this abortion plot line there, but of course there's also like hijinks of the road trip and stuff. Read the book, read the movie. I read the book because it's based on a book. I read the book last year, loved it, loved it, and it actually got picked up becoming a movie before like the book was even published. And the trailer, yeah, as I said, the trailer came out a few days ago. It looks so good. Definitely, I'm definitely linking it down below. And yeah, check out the book and also check out the movie when it comes to you near you. And yeah, it just seems so cool. Also, the people behind that book are coming up with a new book in the fall. That's called Saving Steve, and it's about cancer and like the chaos that's health insurance and health industry in the US. And I can't wait for that one as well. And yeah, so yeah, that's my video for today. I hope you liked it. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed my videos for this week. And next week will be more fun videos. And I'll see you later.